Welcome again. We start with the NCERT Class 7, Chapter 4, the Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire was established in India during the 16th and the 17th century. Now we will go to the introduction. Ruling a large territory such as the India subcontinent is not an easy task due to its diversity of people and culture. So we are having different type of diversity in India. No ruler till the starting of the 16th century was able to do it for a long period of time. Mughals, unlike their predecessors means the person who was in the job of the position, but the person who is it now. Okay, means the person who belongs, the next person belongs. Created and control a large empire quite effectively. From the later half of the 16th century, they expanded their kingdom from Delhi and Agra. Okay, so from the 16th century, they have expanded their kingdom from Delhi to Agra. By the 17th century, they were in control of almost the entire subcontinent. So by 17th century, they controlled the entire subcontinent. They imposed structure. Impose means to make law, opinions using your power or authority. Structures of administration and ideas of governance on the people that stay with the people even after their rule ended. So even today, the Prime Minister of India addresses the nation on every Independence Day from the Red Fort. So till now, the building we are using the Red Fort. From there, the Prime Minister addresses to the whole India. Okay. Now, who were the Mughals? Okay, who were the Mughals? So it is a history. It was from the mother side. Okay. The Mughals were descendant of two great lineages of rulers. Okay, lineage with the series of families that somebody comes from original. Okay. The Mughals were descendant of two great lineages of ruler. From the mother side, they were the descendants of Genghis Khan, who died in 1227, ruler of the Mongol tribes, China and Central Asia. This is Genghis Khan. Okay, so it was from the mother side, Genghis Khan, who was the ruler of Mongolia and China. He was basically rival of Uzbeks from Uzbekistan. There was a constant rivalry between Uzbek and Mongols, who were followed by the Genghis Khan. From their father's side, they were the successor of Timur, died in 1404. So this is Timur, the ruler of Iran, Iraq and modern day Turkey. Okay. The Mongols were considered as very kind of people who were caused a lot of massacre, hurting innocent people. On the other hand, father and sister was from Iran and Iraq, and they were Temur. Timur attacked India in 1398. It was Temur dynasty, established during that time. But later on it fled, and again the invader Babur that he had invasion take place in India. However, the Mughals did not like being called Mughals or Mongol. It was because of the fact that the Genghis Khan was generally associated with the massacre of hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, massacres mean killing a large number of people. Another reason was it was linked with the Uzbeks, their Mongols competitors. On the other hand, they were proud of their Timurid ancestry because of the fact that their great ancestor had captured Delhi in 1308. Okay. They celebrated their genealogy. Genealogy, the study of family history. Genealogy means the study of family history using pictures, each ruler getting a pictures made of Timur and himself. Okay. So what do you mean Mughal military campaigns? Okay. Campaign means a plan to deal a number of things or in order to achieve something special aim. Okay, to plan a number of things in order to achieve special aim. Babur was the first Mughal emperor from 1526 to 1530, succeeded to the throne of Fargana in 1494 when he was only 12 years old. So Babur became emperor at the age of 12 years old. He was forced to leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion of another Mongol group, the Uzbeks. Okay. After the years of wandering, he seized Kabul in 1504. In 1526, he defeated the Sultan of Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi. Okay. Babur. Now the ruling dynasty of Babur, 1526 to 1530. 1520 defeated Ibrahim Lodi and his Afghan supporters at Panipat. Okay. In 1527, he defeated Rana Sangha, the famous Rajput ruler, and his allies at Kanua. In 1520, he defeated the Rajputs at Chanderi, established control over Agra and Delhi before his death. So Babur ruled, okay, 1526 to 1530. Now come to Humayun. Humayun from 1530 to 1540 and from 1555 to 1556. So 1540 to 1555 there is a 15 years of gap. Why this gap we will just come to know. Humayun divided his inheritance according to the will of his father. Okay. His brothers were each given a province. Inheritance means Uttaradhikari, Virasat. Okay. His brother Mirza Kamran rebelled, which weakened Humayun's cause against Afghan competitors. Okay, his brother Mirza Kamran rebelled, which weakened Humayun's cause against Afghan competitors. Sher Shah defeated Humayun at Chausa. Sher Shah defeated Humayun at Chausa in 1539 and Kannauj in 1540, forcing him to flee to Iran. Flee means to run away. Okay, flee means फरार होना या भाग जाना. Okay. Sher Shah established the Sur dynasty in India. Okay, so Sur dynasty started ruling India from 1540 to 1555. For these 15 years, they ruling India. In Iran, Humayun received help from Safavid Shah. He captured Delhi in 1555 but died the next year after an accident in the Purana Killa in Delhi. So Humayun died in an accident. Now comes the Akbar from 1556 to 1605. So his emperor, he was the emperor. Akbar was 13 years old when he became the emperor. Okay, his rule is divided into 3 periods. Okay, his rule was divided into 3 periods. So from 1556 to 1570, Akbar became independent of the regent Bairam Khan. Okay, Bairam Khan, his father's ancestor, his father uncle, and other member of his domestic staff. Military campaigns were launched against the Suris and other Afghans against the neighboring kingdoms of Malwa and Gondwana, and to suppress the revolt of his half-brother Mirza Hakim and the Uzbeks. Okay, so he has the campaign against this. In 1568, he seized the Sisodia, capital of Chittor, and in 1569, Ranthambore. 1570 to 1585, military campaigns in Gujarat were launched. So in Gujarat, military campaigns launched, followed by the campaigns in the Bihar, Bengal, and Orissa. These campaigns were interrupted by the revolt in 1579 to 1580 in support of Mirza Hakim, his half-brother. 1585 to 1605, expansion of Akbar's empire continued. Okay, campaigns were launched in the northwest. Kandahar was seized from the Safavids. Kashmir was annexed. Kabul was too annexed after the death of Mirza Hakim. Kabul was to annexed after the death of Mirza Hakim. Campaign in the Deccan started and Berar, Khandesh and parts of Ahmednagar were annexed. In the last year of his reign, Akbar was distracted by the rebellion of Prince Salim, the future emperor Jahangir. So his son was Salim. Jahangir. Okay, Jahangir, 1605 to 1627. Military campaigns started by Akbar continued. The Sisodia ruler of Mewar, Amar Singh, accepted Mughal service. Okay, so Sisodia ruler of Mewar, Amar Singh accepted the Mughal services. Less successful campaigns against the Sikhs from the Punjabs, the Ahams from the Assam, and Ahmednagar from south followed. Prince Khurram, the future emperor Shah Jahan, okay, Prince Khurram, the future emperor Shah Jahan, rebelled in the last years of his reign. The efforts of Nur Jahan, okay, Shah Jahan's wife, Jahangir's wife, sorry, the efforts of Nur Jahan, Jahangir's wife, to marginalize Shah Jahan were unsuccessful. Shah Jahan in 1627 to 1658. Mughal campaigns continued in the Deccan under Shah Jahan. The Afghan noble Khan Jahan Lodi rebelled and was defeated. Campaigns were launched against Ahmednagar. The Bundelas were defeated and Orcha seized. The Bundelas were the Rajputs defeated and Orchas seized. In the northwest, the campaign to seize bulk from the Uzbeks was unsuccessful and Kandahar was lost to the Safavids. Okay, so the campaign was seized to bulk from the Uzbek and Kandahar was lost to the Safavids. In 1632, Ahmednagar was finally annexed and the Bijapur forces sued for peace. Okay, so Ahmednagar was finally annexed and the Bijapur force sued for peace. In 1657-58, there was a conflict over succession amongst Shah Jahan's sons. Shah Jahan had 4 sons. Okay, so between the 4 sons, Aurangzeb was victorious and he killed his 3 brothers. Okay, including Dara Shaukin were killed. So Shah Jahan's favorite son was Dara Shaukin and he was killed by Aurangzeb. Shah Jahan was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Agra. Aurangzeb, 1658 to 1707. Aurangzeb defeated the Ahams in the northeast in 1663, but they rebelled again in the 1680. So Aurangzeb was defeated in 1663, but again he rebelled again in 1680. Okay, campaign in the northwest against the Yusufzai and the Sikhs were temporarily successful. Campaign against the northwest against the Yusufzai and the Sikhs were temporarily successful. Okay. Mughal intervention in the succession and internal politics of Rathor of Rajputs of Marwar led to their rebellions. Okay, Mughal intervention in the succession and internal politics of Rathor Rajputs of Marwar led to their rebellion. Campaign against the Maratha chiefs or the Lord Shivaji were initially successful. Okay, so now here comes the Shivaji, important part. But Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra, declared himself as independent king and resumed his campaign against the Mughals. Prince Akbar rebelled against Aurangzeb and received support from the Marathas and the Deccan Sultanate. He finally fled to Safavid Iran. After Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies against the Deccan Sultanate. So after Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies to the Deccan Sultanate. Bijapur was annexed in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. From 1698, Aurangzeb personally managed campaigns in the Deccan against the Marathas, who started guerrilla warfare. Okay, so this is the important guerrilla warfare. So we will just see this topic in the next classes. This is very important, guerrilla warfare. Aurangzeb also had to face the rebellion in North India of the Sikhs, Jats, and the Satnamis, in the northeast of the Ahams, and in the Deccan of the Marathas. His death was followed by a succession conflict amongst his son. Okay, his death, after his death, his son had a conflict for the succession. So till then, thank you. In the next video, we will see the further point. Till then, thank you. Stay healthy, stay safe.